25 years old. I believe I must have been. Yeah. And here I am going to Suhum on my rotation in final year. And I want something of an atmosphere. And then I go to Lord J Bookshop at Action Center at the airport. And when I enter, I just ask, is there any tapes for sale? And they had tapes. I was driving, I had a Renault 4, and I was driving to Suhum myself. So I drove from Kolebu, I passed through the airport deviation, and then I went back to the Kumasi Road. And I went straight to the airport at what is now Diplomatic Shop. I stopped there, and I entered, there was a small bookshop as I called Lord J Bookshop. And when I entered, I said, are there any? And I saw Kenneth Hagin, and I took the whole pack. I looked at it, it said something, so I don't even remember the name of the message. And I just saw about 6 of them. And I said, oh, this one will be good. As soon as I got to Suhum, I had borrowed my wife's red Sony auto reverse tape recorder. She had a Sony auto recorder. She was my beloved. I don't know if she was even my beloved. Yeah, she was my beloved by then. I borrowed a Sony auto. I like it because it never stops. Why don't you like something that never stops? Why do you have things that end after 30 minutes? I'm just asking you a personal question. Why do you have things that end after 30 minutes? Now that's why you never get to the place where you go deeper and you experience great things. I wanted something that would not stop. I plugged it in and I took the tapes from Papa Hagin and I put them in. And it started to play. That was it. And I was in there, in the atmosphere of preaching. And up till today, I still do that. Yeah. My best and most mysterious atmosphere. You hear Kenneth Hagin preach. You will not know what he's even saying. You will not even know the topic. Because as soon as you enter into Papa Hagin's, you hear him telling a story of something, his uncle, something, he was going somewhere. This 1943, he was at the shop, he was doing this, he was doing this. You will not know what he's preaching about. Yeah. This is the atmosphere I've grown up in. That's the voice I'm used to. It's the voice that still encourages me. It's still the voice that I thrive on. Benny Hinn told me, he said, I play Catherine Kuhlman's message to revive myself. I get into that atmosphere. Yeah. And he was recommending to him. I said, I don't know her like that. I've never listened to her preach. I don't understand what she's talking about much. A little, not much. Yeah. So from Lord J to Insawam. At Insawam, they were selling the bread, the big. Do they still sell it? Insawam bread. I'm talking of the atmosphere of preaching. Listen. And I bought about 2 or 3. Big. They were not like how they are now. Bigger. And I took them to my room in Suhum. And there I put on my table. I had my bread and I had my coffee. You see, when we get into the natural atmospheres, you will notice that even the lighting and then the smell in the room have a certain effect. That's why when you are entering a plane, it always smells of coffee. Yeah, when you are entering a plane, usually it smells of coffee. They have it right there. It gives a certain atmosphere. It helps to relax you. Yeah. You watch next time. Tell your neighbor next time you are on a flight. When we come to natural atmospheres, modification of natural atmospheres, yes, you will see a different way to modify. And then I had things to do in Suhum. I had to visit the slaughterhouse. I had to visit, do immunization. I had to go to refuse dumps, different things. Market, different. I did all the things I was supposed to do in 1 month. I did it in a few days. I finished everything. There was nothing to do again. I did everything. There's nothing. I didn't tell any lie. Everywhere say go here, do this. I did all. I finished. There I was. And now I was praying. I knelt down by my bed. Papa again is in the room there preaching. And I fell asleep. Then I woke up. 3 a.m. That atmosphere was. He was talking about one of these visions. Same type of thing. It's not a teaching. The story never ends. He was talking. He said Jesus was standing in front of him. And behind Jesus was standing a very tall person. And he asked Jesus, who is that one standing behind him? He told him, this is your angel. Your angel, that's your angel. And I've sent him to bring you some money. Yeah, I've sent him to bring you some money. I'm talking about darkness. I'm in a room that is dark. Do you understand? I'm talking about modification of natural atmospheres as well. Like John said, I, John, your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ. I was on the Isle of Patmos in the Lord's day, and I was in the spirit. And right there, as I was praying, lying, the tape was going up and down, up and down, up and down. I was listening to these fantastic stories. Hey, my faith was so great. I become so charged when I hear this. I become so happy. I want to reach out and also experience the same thing. It's too great to me. Is it great to you? It's great. It's great to me. It's great to me. You see, the greatness of what you are listening to makes you reach out in your spirit to what is there. I want this thing. I want something. I want to feel and get to something and touch something. Hey, I tell you. And my spirit is, you see, your spirit also has arms. Yeah? Your spirit has arms. Your spirit has legs. When the rich man died, he was in hell. He lifted up his eyes, being in torment. And he said, send Lazarus to dip his finger. The spirit has fingers. Your spirit has arms. So the arms want something. It's reaching to hold something. So the spirit has arms and legs and eyes. And the spirit is trying to reach out to touch some oil, to touch some ointment, to wrap something. Hey. Whilst you are sleeping, somebody's spirit is going like this. I want something. And I was there, 3 a.m. My next door guy was fast asleep. We were two medical students. My next door, he was fast asleep. And I was there. And then suddenly, boom, something jumped out of the tape. Jumped out and entered here. It came like, can you feel like something like if you have like a sandwich? If you have like a sandwich and like you put something, you slip something into the sandwich. Do you understand? Like, can you imagine like if there's 2 pieces of bread and there's a lot of butter or margarine or whatever, then you slip so it slides in like that. It was like something slid in. It felt like something slid into my belly. Yeah, Mama Santa. And then I heard a voice. There are different ways you hear voices. And the voice said that from today, you can teach. This is it. From today, you can teach. Yes. Real atmosphere. And then I heard another voice. This voice was different from the first voice. Brother, move. You are at the wrong place at the wrong time. Go, 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 go. I heard another voice, and the voice said to me, I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. But it was different sounding from the first one. Yeah, because that's why people are false prophets. When God speaks to them in a way, they always want it to be in the highest way. But there is the higher way where God speaks, and there is a lesser way. There are times God hasn't spoken, but you feel something. So say, I feel it and I have an impression. But then there's a time that he speaks to you clearly, and you must differentiate. So the second voice was different from the first one. It was the same voice, but of a different order. The one that you can teach was the gift that I received. Yeah. It's the atmosphere that if I have to cast all atmospheres, give me that atmosphere. And also in a dim light or no light. Yeah. You have some amount of goose pimples. And the smell of coffee. You see that physically you become alert. Sometimes I make coffee, but I don't drink it, just so that the smell will be in the room. It's a completely controlled atmosphere. Completely controlled. That's why in chemistry we got STP, standard temperature and pressure, atmospheric conditions. There are certain conditions that are necessary for certain things to be there. STP, standard temperature and pressure. There must be a certain temperature, certain pressure for certain things to take place. Otherwise, it will not take place. Sometimes, as you see the reality of the reality of the normalness of the normalness of the things around you, you are brought down to earth. When your spirit has reached there, then you see the earthliness. Even you see yourself in the mirror, then you are discouraged. When you look at somebody like you, you immediately come down. When you see yourself, you can even go downwards. Yeah. You even look tired. So the levels of anointing. I remember one time I was listening to messages. I play one and say, no, this is not what I want to hear. No, this is not what I want to hear. I play and say, oh, then number one, this, number two, he's explaining something. Oh, no. I was looking for the prophetic or the apostolic. I'll show you the differences. They're all in the Bible. The difference between prophet preaching, apostle preaching, teacher, they're all in the Bible. I will explain, they're all in verses in the Bible. And I was looking and asked Papa, the same Papa, I got to pray, said, no, this not, another one, no. Then I got this one, said, yes, this is it, I played. Eesh. Then the atmosphere changes. Then you can stay for a long time, depending on what you are doing there. Praying, reading, everything. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. That's why some of you are never anointed. Because you have never learned how to put yourself in a certain atmosphere. I'm showing you how to get an atmosphere. You can never be something without an atmosphere. I'm telling you, you need atmosphere. You need an atmosphere. You are a tree, you are grass, you are a flower, you are a garden, you are God's garden. Without atmosphere, you will be brown. I'm telling you, it's not that you are not a good grass, you will be brown. You will be brown. You are a pastor, but you will be brown. Color brown.